What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sauce It Up with the Wingman, where we take our regular recipes and we sauce them up. Today, we're going to be making brunch at night. Stay tuned. Here's the list of the ingredients that will be used this week for brunch at night. Yo, I'm super excited. You see I'm in my bag, dancing WingMan's down the chest. Throw it up, gang signs. But today, we're going to be preparing one of my favorite meals. Is brunch at night. Bacon, eggs, sausage, cinnamon pancakes, steak. Man, we gonna do it big today. So let me get my playlist together, get everything set up, then we're gonna start cooking. So we're gonna get started with the pancake mix. We got just a classic Aunt Jemima pancake mix. We're gonna get a nice pour into the bowl. We eyeball everything around here. You know what I'm saying? So get a nice full amount in the bowl, almost filled. Sprinkle some pure ground cinnamon on there. Then we're just gonna add water and stir till we get a nice consistency. Not too watery, not too thick. Want to get it like literally, if you can just imagine, the middle point of both. And then those are gonna make for some good pancakes. Now, don't get me wrong. The best way, probably easiest way, if you're not so experienced, I'll say, in making pancakes, just get a measuring cup and just follow the measurements on the back of the box. Cups of pancakes, mix, and cup of water ratio for the desired amount of pancakes you plan on making. So that's the easiest way to go. I'm just pretty used to doing this, so it's easier for me to just do it this way. Time to get it cracking. We moving on to the eggs now. As you can see, we usually do like a 2 egg per person ratio, and we gotta make sure. Whoa, see, make sure you drop some shell in there. You gotta really be careful and be delicate and pull that shell up out of there. Make sure nobody getting a bite of crunchy egg, man. But moving forward, I usually do like a 2 egg per person ratio. When I'm making for a lot of people. So today it's only 3 of us, so I crack about 6 eggs. Get those whipped up real nice with a fork. You can use a whisk as well if you prefer. But I'm gonna scramble those up real nicely, and then they'll be ready to just add the cheese in the skillet. Make some nice cheese eggs. Next step, we're gonna get the steak sliced up so we can have as a third meat option to go along with the bacon and eggs. I chose skirt steak for this. So we're gonna take this nice, it's kind of like a nice long piece, pause. And we're just gonna get this sliced up and season it in the pan when we cook it. Right, we're just gonna add the steak to our hot pan that has butter already in it and some garlic. We already got some sausage patties going over here. Those just the regular being hot sausage patties. We added some salt, pepper, garlic powder, some steak seasoning to the steak. Nothing too much to overpower. And then the sausages. We already got a nice cook on one side, so it's good. Then we'll switch some guys. We're about to transition from the sausage to the bacon. I like to turn the pan down to like medium heat so the bacon doesn't overheat and get real crispy on one side. And then the other side gets a little tough because you turn it down. So as you can see, we did that and got a nice cook to the bacon. Now we're gonna switch gears and get the country fried potatoes going. First, they're already soaked and clean. So now we're gonna cut them circles. Straight down, then we're gonna cut that in half, and get some nice cubed potatoes, and then we're gonna get them in a pan with some vegetable oil or olive oil, whichever you prefer, and season them up with a little sazon and some garlic powder. Next, we're gonna chop our veggies for our chorizo and veggie scrambler. 1 tomato, like so. Gonna bust it down like that, slice it, and then dice it. After we do the tomato, we're gonna do the same cut for green peppers and onions. So just fast forward through that process. Now we have the potatoes on, they're frying. Gonna keep stirring them and mixing them up so they don't stick and get them nice and crispy. Now we're gonna move on to the eggs. These are gonna be the cheese eggs. We're gonna add some sharp cheddar to them. We had the pan heating so it's nice and hot. Get those eggs in there. After a couple seconds, we're just gonna keep mixing the eggs up and keep folding them so they cook evenly. Now we're gonna add that cheese to them, as you can see. And now we're just gonna mix them up. Make sure the cheese gets mixed in evenly so it melts. And those eggs continue to cook at the same time. These eggs cook pretty quickly, especially with the pan being hot. Now we got them all scrambled up, cheese melted in there good, and now it's ready to be plated. Now we're getting to my favorite part of the brunch at night. It's the chorizo scrambler. We have our chorizo sausage in there first, cooking. And we adding our veggies, the tomatoes, red onions, peppers. We're gonna mix those together, let those flavors marry. Before we add our eggs, let that cook. Then we're gonna add a couple of eggs right to the hot pan and scramble those, as you can see, into the chorizo and the veggies. I like to have some egg white present in my scrambler, so that's another reason why I scramble in the pan, excuse me. As you can see, we've progressed pretty quickly here. Now we've added our cheese. We're just gonna continue to fold to let the egg cook, the chorizo and the veggie continue to cook, and let that cheese melt into those eggs. After a few minutes of cooking, you can see we got a nice brown, and the cheese is melted, everything is cooked through. So now the chorizo scramble is ready to be plated. Next up is those cinnamon pancakes. So I already got this one started. It's ready to be flipped. You can see once it starts bubbling up and you can kind of see the holes kind of forming on one side, it's ready to be flipped. So we got this side nice and crispy and golden brown. I like the crispy edges, so I like to add like a half a cap or cap of vegetable oil or whatever oil I cook with, or butter, to the skillet so it can just get extra crispy. And there you have it. Brunch at night is complete. Cinnamon pancakes, southern fried potatoes, got the chorizo scrambler, the skirt steak, hot sausage, herbs and spices, the bacon, and then those cheddar cheese eggs scrambled. Now I have my glass of OJ and my plate made. Brunch at night is served. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sauce It Up with the Wingman, where we take your regular recipes and we sauce them up. Stay tuned for more. See you next time.